Hello and welcome to Spy Money. What a day. Man, we made some money today. Today I closed out my TLT. I made a little over $11,000 just on that one trade. This week that puts me, I think I'm a little over $20,000 in profit this week. It is a good feeling. I don't know too many people making money in the market right now except for our group in the Discord. Our Discord group is the cat's meow. I mean, it is good. We've got some good traders in there. We've got people calling out trades. It is just wonderful. Because of someone calling out TLT, I think I have a total of about, I think I'm about $13,000 profit in the last week just on TLT. So it is really good. A lot of good calls going on, a lot of good training. We're doing live streams. It is just, I just can't get over how good our group is. We've got some really good traders. We got some new traders in there too that are learning, that are taking their accounts from a few $100s up to a few $1,000s in a matter of a week. The profits page don't lie. I mean, they're just showing the profits. We don't hide anything. We show it all, and it's just good. There is no lying trades in there. There's no paper trading that profits that we see in there. This is real money stuff, and they're making it off of these charts, these videos that I make. We practice what we preach. When I'm charting this stuff out, this is how I trade. This is how our group trades, and we come together, do live streams and such, and it is just wonderful. I'm just very, very, very excited. Today was the best day I've had in trading, and so far this is Wednesday, and I've already broke my record of my best week in trading. So it is really good, and we're doing this in a bad market. So just think of when we get the rally in pretty good of how good our profits are going to be. We have just bought up so much stuff, it's not funny. And as soon as this market turns, we're all going to be richer, as Clint says, richer. So if you want information on it, click in the link down below, and you'll find a link to take to the Facebook page. There's a sign-up page there. There's also a link for just to go straight to the Discord group and get plugged in and get them making some money. So let's go back to our evening recap. I didn't sell anything through here, this rally. I haven't sold a thing in this. I sold on, I sold... midday was the last thing I sold, and I think I only sold two things. I had gold contracts in MGC. I sold those, made about $1,500, made about $11,000 on TLT, so I'm up roughly $13,000 or so. I don't have the exact number, but it's in that range. And so it actually turned out to be really good. We just kept on buying up today as the market. We're buying cheap premiums and stuff, so it's actually worked really well. Where are we going from here? You know what? I think that we may be on a reversal here. And the reason I say that is we actually hit our low. We broke it right there today. And so that's a double bottom. We got one here and one there. So, and the way the premiums are being jacked on the options, it actually makes me think that we are actually there. I know I've been talking about it's going to be here, be there, or whatever, but I really thought it was going to be along this trend line, or never. And it come on down. If we look at this one, we come down and we hit there tonight as well. So if we zoom that in, you can see that we're hitting it again. We need to break through this. If we don't, we could come on down. That's fine. We'll just buy it more. And it all depends on what happens tonight. If we get over this and start going there, then we're going to break out and it's going to be bullish. A lot of times when you're in a descending triangle like this, you will come down and you'll break through it, and a lot of times it will just rally back up. And that may be what we did there. Usually if you drop out of a descending triangle like that, it'll keep on going. So I'm not real sure what's going to happen there. We'll know sometime tonight it'll happen. It did kind of come up and touch that upper trend. We're still staying above the VWAP, and we're above the 15, so we'll know something here in the next few hours. Kind of, it might just kind of consolidate over and then pop out or drop down. It'll do one of the two. I'm leaning toward a bull run, but I don't think it'll be tomorrow. I think that I think we're going to get some more consolidation. We could just consolidate right through here. But if we get the consolidation, that'll allow us to be able to buy more. It looks like just based off of the premiums of the calls and puts and everything that we're buying, it looks like the put prices are going cheaper than what they were, and the calls are raising. So that's really a telltale sign that the institutions are preparing to go ahead and collect more money. So ES is kind of undecided right now, but I'm still somewhat bullish because of that. I still believe the government's not going to allow things to fall. They're talking about the bailouts and everything else. So they're really putting people's mind at ease, or else we would not have this consolidation with this same line right here. So we shall know real soon. So let's go over to gold. Gold is been in a bear flag. So you've got, here's the pole, and right here's the bear, or the flag. And I believe it's going to go ahead and go down. And I'm looking at the 1381.80. I've got 7 puts on the futures on this right now. And right now, I think I'm up around $33 or $3,400 on it. And this should drop out of here and come right on down. I've got my sell to where it will sell right above the 31.80. And I've already set that. It's $13. I've got, I think it's 11.55 May 20 puts on it. And this should drop right out of here tonight and come on down and sell off by morning. So I'm hoping that when I wake up, I will have money in my account. And if that sells off there, then 7 times 1,300, that's what, 10,500, and I've got roughly, I think, 2,500 or so in it. So yeah, that'd be a pretty good little profit there. I'll take it. That'll be another good day. And when it sells, then that'll be one of my totals for tomorrow. So GC's looking still like a bearish. I'm still bearish on that. I'm bullish on ES. If we go to crude oil, I am so shocked that it's where it is. I just cannot believe that it's dropped off like that. Where's the bottom? I have no idea. I'm afraid to even guess on this one. I mean, I'm just shocked at where it is. I bought calls right up here. I wish I'd have bought puts because it'd been worth a lot of money, but it just keeps on going. They are long, so I'm hoping that whenever the market gets turned around, this will just like take off. So I'm not real sure. I won't buy anything on it right now. It could go either way. I wish that I would have just went ahead and bought calls, or not even bought anything there, or maybe bought the calls and then sold them up here. But hindsight's 20/20. You can't go by that. So crude oil, have no idea. I don't even know whether to say neutral, bullish, or bear. I do know that I'm in a loss on it until this thing turns. But again, I think my calls are, I usually buy at least 30 days out, sometimes longer. Right now I'm buying September calls. So because the market conditions and everything, I don't want to be a bag holder. I want to buy it, and because I know eventually it's going to turn around, so I'm not really worried about it. This one right here is small potatoes loss if I have to take one. But I think it's May 20th I've got on these. So I've got plenty of time for that thing to turn around. That's going to give me 2 months, over 2 months for that to turn around. And I just can't imagine that thing keep on selling off, even though it is right now. So that's where I am with that. Is undecided on crude oil. Anything that has to do with crude oil, I would be undecided. Because anything that touches oil is selling off. And let's see, if we go to DXY, that's our US dollar. It is still rallying. We need this thing to drop back. If it would drop back, that would definitely help on inflation and so forth. It would help tourism, which we don't want any tourism right now. We're just ready for everybody to stay away right now. The coronavirus is something that is, I personally think a lot of it's blown out of proportion. It is definitely serious, but I'm not real keen on what the news is saying. I think it's just all fear. And again, I know that there's people have died and stuff, but compared to the flu people, I mean, there's 35, 40,000 people a year die in the USA alone every year, and we don't hear a word about it. And then we have something called the coronavirus that there's been roughly 6,000 or 7,000 people in the world die, and now we're all in fear. People going home, schools being shut down. My daughter's doing her schooling online. So at least she won't be behind. This is her last year, so that'll be good for her to go ahead and get through the school year. So a lot of stuff going on with that. And we go to the Dow Jones. Dow Jones ended up selling off again today, but it rallied up, and I wish TOS would show this going up after hours, but it doesn't. But it should be up as well. So the Dow Jones, it's just a matter of either today or tomorrow, whichever. I think probably next week we'll see a rally on both. And we go to NG. NG had been selling off, and then it took off. I tried to get into some more calls today, but the premiums were just so high, I didn't do it. I probably should have just paid it because I'd be up right now. And I've got calls entered already, and so by having the other calls, I thought, well, I don't need any more. But we'll see where this goes. I'm still looking at the. See if I can get it pulled up. If you go to the weekly, that's the best way to look. I'm still looking at that little dot right there. That's where I think it's going to go. I think it's going to bounce out of here and just start going up that way. When the market turns, I think this will go. Our MACD's turning right here. We're oversold on RSI. I feel we're going there, and it wouldn't take anything to get there. Last time we were up there was November 4th, okay? Well, in order to get there November 4th, it had to start somewhere, which it started in August there. So it sold off a lot, and then it came down to August, and then it took off. So, we may consolidate here just a little bit. We may come up to there and back down. But I'm thinking that we're going to be there. That's going to be June 9th for there. And November would be right here. But November, we can actually get up to this point here. There's a chance that we might just start going up and then just go right on up to November there. And then November starts selling off again. Usually it'll start selling off in January. The end of January is when natural gas will usually sell off. So I'm still bullish on it. Even though we had this drop right here, I'm still bullish. Go back to the 1 hour again. And we had this at, Friday. And then it's just been selling off all week. But I think another week, I think we'll be up. NQs, same as ES. We're going up. It looks like it's got the same descending triangle set up. But we need to break through that. There's a good chance this will come down to here and then back up. So I think this will still consolidate the rest of the week, and then Friday's usually a sell-off, so we might get even sell-off down below it. But then I think on Sunday, I think we're going to rally. My opinion, we have American Airlines. It really sold off today, and this was in that bear flag right there, so we knew that was probably coming. But I thought it would actually go on up a little more, maybe come down, but it actually sold off today. And so this bear flag, it actually broke through. But American Airlines, all the airlines itself are going to get bailed out. So I'm still long calls on this, so buy them while they're cheap. Because you buy when it goes down, and you sell when it goes up. So that way you can get them cheap. It's what we teach in our Discord group. We teach how to buy, where to buy, what to buy, and what strike prices and everything. We show all that. We talk about it as a group. And then we've got Apple. Apple has been murdered. That one has just been bouncing off this bottom trend right here. It looks like Apple's trying to turn, but until Apple gets above our 271, I don't know how good I'd feel about it. But Apple's going to be, it's one of those stocks that's just not going to go away. There's too many Apple products, iPhones, and everything else, and China is now opened up to where they can, work in the places where they're having them built. They're building a new facility in Texas, so hopefully that will be up. I think it's this year when they're supposed to open. So that would be really good to have that in the States and allow American workers to be there, and also to help the economy out. And if we do have these problems in the future, we don't have to be dependent on China. We need to get away from that. We need to be dependent on Americans. And then you have AMD. AMD is the same chart as Apple, doing the exact same thing. I am bullish on Apple like you would not believe. It may drop a little bit or whichever, but if you buy long enough, it don't matter. You're going to make money. And then Amazon, look at that. I bought Amazon right here, right on this red candle. I put an order in after hours, and I put it below the bid, thinking that if it opens up, it might sell off and then get filled. And I got filled on two different options. I got filled on July's and September's, and my options are just like through the roof. I mean, you can't buy them that cheap. I bought my September's at $220 a piece, bought 10 of them, so it's $2,200. And right now, you can't touch them for under $5. So I'm making money there. And now, when am I going to sell it? I'm going to sell it when it gets way up past here. Those things are in September, and I'm going to hold them. And by looking at it, those things should be worth right around $7,500 a piece. So that's going to be a lot of money by the time it gets there. $75,000 for a $2,200 investment is what that's going to be worth. How did I know that? Join our Discord and you'll learn. We teach all that. You got BA. Did we hit the bottom? Boy, I hope so. I got 40 calls on this thing right now. And Boeing has a checkbook like you would not believe. Billions of dollars in a checkbook. They don't do just airlines. They do everything. They do the fighter pilots. Just you name it, Boeing is involved. A lot of government contracts and stuff. And by listening to Trump today, he was talking about the defense stepping it up, and he's been spending a lot of money there. So I just can't see them allowing Boeing to go out of business because they need Boeing. And so I think that Boeing's just allowing this to happen so they can get a government bailout. And then when they get the money, then they'll just take off. So Boeing, I wish I would have bought more today, but I'm holding 40 contracts on it. And, sometimes it gets to a point where you have too much in one. And I think 40 is enough in one, especially like this. But I think Boeing's going to be good, and maybe I'll regret not having 400 of them. But I'm pretty happy with my 40. I'll probably stick to that. There's a chance if I can get a good deal on some, then I will go ahead and buy some more probably. But I didn't today, almost. Carnival Cruise Line. Look at that thing. All the way down here. I thought $14.85 would have been the lowest, but look, it's almost $6. If this thing drops down to $6, I'm buying more. I cannot believe that it's that cheap. Never would have thought that Carnival Cruise Line would go there. I know they've had some bad news and stuff on their financials and so forth, but I just cannot believe that it's where it is. So tomorrow, Carnival Cruise Line will be back on my list. I've already got some orders put in for it and just waiting on it to fill. Buy cheap, sell high. That's how we do it at Spy Money. Buy cheap, sell high. Clorox. Boy, I missed the boat on that one. I was going to buy right here, and I put my order in, and I thought it might dip down, and I was too cheap. Sometimes you're too cheap, and I was too cheap on this one because if I'd have just bought the ask price, I could have made a whole lot more money, but pennies cost me thousands. That's what happened. So sometimes you can be too much of a penny pincher, and I'm cheap. I like to keep my money. I don't like to give my money away. I buy cheap, sell high. That's the way we do it. Spy Money. Buy cheap, sell high. So this one here, maybe on this pullback, maybe tomorrow if it pulls back a little more, I can hop in. I am very bullish on Clorox. I think that is going to be something that, people need to clean things up, so germ-free. And with everything that we got going on with that CV and everything else, people don't like germs anymore. Purell, that's a private company, or else I'd have bought it. I'd like to own that company. You talking about making money? Purell made the money this time. And then we got Disney. I bet Disney buys all kinds of Purell and Clorox. So Disney shot down 81.26. That is the target price that I had way back there, but I chickened out. Sometimes you got to hold your guns and stick to your plan. If I would have, I'd have been right here at 81.26 and made a bunch of money, but I chickened out. So is this the bottom? I think so. They're going to be shut down for a couple of weeks, but I think this will start consolidating a little bit. If you can get your cheap calls, Disney's not going out of business. Everybody wants to see Mickey. Every kid knows Mickey. And Mickey Mouse and Goofy and all them. So you're goofy for not getting in calls on Disney. If you don't, you'll never see Mickey Mouse. So buy Disney. Bullish. Got Roku. Roku looks like it found the China warehouse making their Roku devices again, because look at Roku. I should have bought more. Well, I don't have any, but I should have bought calls on this red right here. But I wasn't sure where it was going to go. I was thinking in the stream that it was 50.04, but this right here tells me that our market is probably turning. So tomorrow, I'd like to see a good dip. If I can get a good dip, I would go ahead and buy calls. Even if it went to $50, I wouldn't care. I'd just go ahead and get in calls and be long on them. Roku, buy. Strong buy. You got space. You know what? Everybody wants to go to space if you have $250,000. But you know what? It's down there now. I was thinking that it'd probably go to 680, and you know what? I'm still thinking 680. I don't think that it is a buy for calls. I think tomorrow, if you want to go ahead and buy some calls on the way down, cheap, cheap, cheap. You can get them cheap. So space is not a strong buy, but just a weak buy. I think that you can not go wrong with that. When the market turns, space is going to take off. Too much of a cult following space. Then you got SPY, same as ES. It's closing up here. We have this trend or this channel going across there. I believe we're going to hit this. This will be Thursday and this will be Friday. I think we'll probably come up and then we'll start selling off and sell off all day Friday, and then Sunday it will take off. That's my opinion of SPY and ES. I think next week is our week. So this is your last week to buy cheap. You got Tilt. There's my $11,000 lottery right there. I bought, I don't even know where I bought it. It was back in here somewhere that I bought my calls. I think I bought them on this little rise right here. If we zoom that in, I believe I bought my calls right, or my puts right here going up, and then I just kept waiting, and then it went up, and I kept waiting. I had till April 17th to sell these things, and today there is two places, and I'm going to tell you about this. This is a story. This is a good story. So there's two places here. It started selling off, and I was going to sell right here. This is where I was going to sell. So it went down, and right here was going to be $8,000. And on this red wick right here, or red candle, is where we were. Let me go back to a 1 minute because it's really important. This 1 minute come down, and I had my sell price set for right here, and I missed it by a nickel. Thank goodness. 1 nickel. I had it for, I think it was like $2.95 is what I had to sell for, and it went to $2.90. And then it started going up, and I thought, daggone, I missed it. But you know what? I had till April 17th. I wasn't worried. So I left my sell on there, and I thought, well, it might come up and hit it again, and then I just sell. Because I wanted my $8,000. I only had like $900 some in it, so I was going to make $8,000 some dollars on it. So, you know, you've got 1,000% profit. I mean, that's huge. So it goes up, and then I see this big old red candle coming down, and I thought, you know what? That's going to just keep on going. I took my sell off. Yeah, I took it off, and it came over, and it kept going, and I started thinking, well, maybe I should have, and I was watching this 15, and then all of a sudden, boom. And when I saw it break that fib right there, and I thought, we're in the money now. So this thing started selling off. Now here's the funny part. I had it set, let's see here. I had that thing set for 137.19. That was my target. And I thought, I'm not going to allow it to get me this time, so I'm going to put it a little bit higher just to make sure it hits, because I wanted to sell down here. You know where that thing sold? It didn't sell down here because it didn't reach. See that little tiny wick right there on the screen? All 30 contracts sold in that wick. It went like 3, and then it went 4, 5, 1, 1, and then all of a sudden 17 were bought. That's where it sold. Right in it, not up here in the body. It sold in that wick. And I was sitting there watching it, and every time that thing would just kind of move down, it would sell. And I thought, that is awesome. And you know, I think I'm a pretty good trader, but I'm not that good, but I was today. I nailed it. That little wick right there. I could not believe it. And 11,000 some odd dollars later, I am on cloud 9. What a trade. One trade I had made over 1,000% on. And I did it in less than a week. I bought them on Thursday and I sold them on Wednesday. So this was a good one right here. Did I call this one out in the group? Nope. It was one of our other groups, or other members in the group. They said, why aren't you trading TLT? I said, well, let me look it up. I looked it up and saw it, and I thought, that does look good. So I posted a chart, and then another guy went ahead and started buying it. He said, why aren't you buying that, Brad? And I said, all right, I'm going to buy it. So I bought it, and I made over $12,000 on TLT in the last week. So that was yesterday and today. So I sold one for almost $900, and I sold this one for almost $12,000. So a lot of money I made on TLT. So that was my trade of the week, probably of the year, to get that thing and sell it right in that wick. It was great. So excited, can you tell? So I got Tesla. Tesla Can you believe that's 360? Now look at this chart. We were at 1,000 not too long ago. Let's see, there's 945. It's even right here. 967.59. That was on the February the 4th. So less than a month ago, or actually just over a month ago, we were at almost 1,000 points, and now we're at 360. Unbelievable. Who would have thought Tesla would be at 360 that quick? I wish I'd thought it, because I could have rode this gravy train all the way down. I could have rode it here, and I got to get up there and rode it again. I would have just stayed in it. Are we at the bottom? You know what? Tesla's a good company, and I just don't see it going anywhere. I would be long calls on this. And if you can buy them cheap enough, because Tesla's not cheap, not even the cars. If you can afford to buy a few calls on this, get your 10 calls and get them, say, a year out or something. You'll thank me later. There's no doubt about it. Tesla is going to be around. It's not going anywhere. Lithium batteries or not, it's not going anywhere. Buy. Then we got VIX. I wish VIX would just tank. I've got some April 1st calls. I should have known better than to buy April Fools. That was the April Fool's joke, is what it was. I shouldn't have bought them. And if I'd have thought when I saw that April 1st, I wouldn't have bought them. I'd went to April the 8th. I'd bought another week out. So I have some from way back in here, and it just kept on going up. Hopefully, when this starts, when the market turns, this is going to sell off hard. So I'm not worried about it. And I've got other puts that are up in this area, actually over in here, I think. I tried to buy some more today. They didn't get filled. So VIX, I am bearish on. It's just a matter of time. I would buy probably, if you bought September, that's great. That's all I'm buying now anyway, September. Walmart, man, my group hit the lottery today. Yesterday, our group made over $50,000 on Walmart, and a bunch of them held it, and then some of them bought some more. I don't know why I didn't buy any more, and look at that thing. That beast just shot up to 128. My spot was 132.45. It'll be there tomorrow, and that's been up there for a long time. When I started saying that it's going to hit 125, everybody laughed at me. Well, the people that hit and sold today and cashed out, they aren't laughing. They are crying of joy, tears in their eyes, saying, "Thank you, Brad." So anyway, they really hit it good. So I'm really happy for them. I wish I was able to celebrate with them and my money with it, but I can't complain about what I did. But they really hit the lottery. So Walmart, that paid off. That paid their membership for the lifetime membership, probably, because the money they made off of that, they could pay for the rest of their life that money every month to our membership, and still have money left over, and they still have other trades. So if you're thinking about the membership maybe a little bit out of reach or expensive, you can't afford not to have our Discord membership. That is one that you want. Let's go back and take a look at ES, see what's going on. So it hit that right there. It's coming down. So now we need to know where we're going. This could have been, I don't really think it is, but it could be like a cup and handle. So if you had, let's see here, if you went up to here, this would be your cup, and this could be your handle pulling down. If it comes down to here and then takes off, then that would be your handle. So this could be a cup and handle type setup. I'm not really convinced. This is a 15-minute chart. It does appear to be that way, but where we went up a little bit, maybe not. I'm thinking more along these trim patterns here, the descending wedge or descending triangle. I'm thinking more of that. So we'll know here shortly if this comes down and keeps on going or if it goes up. So anyway, that's our evening recap. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Hopefully I was entertaining for you and kept upbeat. Try to do a good job on these. I know it gets kind of boring looking at all this, but you know what? We need some fun in life. Today was fun for me. Money fun. Like money, money, money. I loved it. Join our Discord group. We just have a ball in there. We've got a great bunch of people. There's information down in the description to tell you how to get joined. Also our Facebook page. We post a lot of stuff in there, but not near what we post in our Discord. Our Discord is for the money people. If you're wanting to make money, you sign up. The money that you're going to pay on that, you're going to make that back in one trade easy over that. So get signed up. Let's get you plugged in. I'm going to have courses out here real soon. We're trying to get one out tonight on futures. If not tonight, tomorrow. And it's just, I'm putting a lot of detail in it with what I want. I'm not just rushing a course. We're going to have some on basic trading, future options, regular options, equity options. We're going to have some on charting skills and so forth. So once you get all that, then you can get to where you're making good money. Until then, you can follow some people's call outs in the Discord group. I don't know if we had a bad call in there yet. I think all of them are pretty good except for 3M. That one's actually been kind of disheartening for all of us. A bunch of us got in it, but you know what? We've got time. It's just a matter for 3M to get turned around. So I'm really shocked it didn't take off. But anyway, along the lines of ES, it looks like we're doing pretty good. And we want you plugged in. Please like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you in the morning for the morning brief. Have a good night, guys.